Megan, are you looking incredible or what?
And those eyes, Megan, straight on with your chin. That's beautiful.
Megan, one look to
Megan, a little to the side if you would.
Megan, one look this way.
Megan, to the left.
Megan on your left. Megan on your left.
That's right here. Right here. And then right next to him.
What's going on, Rebel family? Today's video, You're Toxic and You Drink Too Much, starring Meg Thee Stallion. But before we get to the video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So it appears that rapper, entertainer Megan Thee Stallion, she is no longer with her boyfriend, another rapper named Pardison Fontaine. I don't really know the whole situation, but it was interesting because it is a learning lesson for young men out here to not accept toxic behavior. And, you know, hats off to the young brother Pardison Fontaine. So let's jump right into the story here. It appears that Megan Thee Stallion and Party Fontaine split, allegedly passing Meg's bad temper. I don't know, it's bad writing here. I guess he's passing on Meg's bad temper while she's drunk, right? And I think the couple just recently celebrated some of their recent anniversary or whatever. They've been together over a year. But anyway, so Media Takeout says Megan Thee Stallion is a single woman. Media Takeout News found out. I think over a month ago they noticed that Megan Thee Stallion had removed all pictures of dude Pardison off of her Instagram. According to a rock solid insider who is close to the female hip hop superstar, she and longtime boyfriend Pardison, I don't know, Pardison Fontaine had broken up. And our insider just finished a cup of tea on why this couple broke up too. The insider explained to Media Takeout News, Party really loves Megan. I mean, he loves and cherishes her, but Megan can be a little too much when she turns her back. When the insider used the term turning around or turns her back to describe Megan, she meant when she was drunk. Says Media Takeout News insider continue, Meg can argue and say hurtful things, and Party isn't the type of man to put up with that. It says Party decided to take a break. They were fighting and things were going badly. And yes, we have receipts. Media Takeout News has confirmed that Meg has removed all pictures of her ex from her Instagram page, even when Party celebrated her birthday last month. Megan didn't even mention it. Furthermore, Media Takeout News confirmed that neither of them have posted about the other on any social media posts in the past month. But for all of you Megan and Party fans, fear not. There's still a chance the two may get back together, man. Anyways, they didn't. Some of the writing here. Insiders told us they might get back together, but Megan has to make some serious changes in her life. So that's one story, and it's pretty much the same story repeated over and over. Looks like they took it from Media Takeout News. Yeah, it looks like they turned it out. I'll see this. That other site was just totally bad writing. When the insider used the term turns up, the thing said turns her back. Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought I had Media Takeout when I was reading it, but as I start reading it, it's all over the place. So when she turns up, she gets too argumentative and so forth, right? And again, shout out to that young man for understanding what he's worth, understanding his worth, and what he will put up with and what he won't put up with, right? And you know, and I just want to get into why I chose to do this story, right? So many times people will accept toxic behavior because the woman looks good, right? Or, you know, she's fine, or she has some celebrity or some status. Dudes will put up with the toxic behavior. Obviously, women will too, but, you know, I'm speaking to young men because It seems that um, women there's no stigma for a woman being told to get out of a toxic relationship or leave a toxic dude alone. But men rarely hear that it's okay. In fact, I saw so many stories saying that Devon Franklin was insane for leaving Megan Good, that she's just too fine to leave. Why would he leave someone so fine? I mean, I saw this all over different different social media, Facebook, Twitter, that she's just so fine. Why would he ever leave a woman that fine? And it's like, wait a minute, that has nothing to do with how toxic she may be, or that she's not giving him what it is that he's looking for. I personally believe that he wanted children with Megan Good, and she didn't want children, or she wasn't ready to have children yet because of her career, right? That's what I believe, but only they know what the truth is. But she's pushing 40, had to freeze her eggs and all this crazy stuff, and she still wasn't ready to have children. So I believe that's probably what it was, right? But Megan is known to be in toxic relationships, right? Here's her with the young dude, what is his name? Tory Lanez, right? And we all remember the whole incident that went down with her and Tory Lanez about, you know, um, Tory Lanez apparently or allegedly shooting her in the foot and so forth, right? Here's some pictures from that night where she and her friend was sprawled out on the concrete. It's like, how embarrassing is that? And Megan is over there. It looks like she's just straight butt naked. And then they had her, walking backwards, with the pistols on her and so forth, with her hands up. And this is after she's supposedly shot in the foot. It looks like there may be blood splatters on the ground, but it's hard to say that you can actually walk backwards with your, um, you know, feet shot. But nonetheless, it's starting to look a little. The story is starting to look a little bit different to me in terms of there was always a backstory, right? It wasn't just okay. Tory Lane shot her and that was it, right? Allegedly, he shot her and that was it. He got mad. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, Megan was beating him up," and I wonder where that narrative came from because it came pretty quick. Megan got upset with him, and as big as she is, she was beating him up or whatever, right? Well, now we have extra evidence that Megan can be toxic. Now, it doesn't mean that um, she was doing that to Tory Lanez or that he was justified in shooting her, right? Because he should have did like this brother. If Megan Thee Stallion was so toxic that she's gonna fight you, beat you up, whatever it is, and then you have to pull out a strap and shoot her allegedly, um, that you should have left like this brother. So it's respect to him for understanding, hey, there's a type of behavior that I won't put up with. And, I understand my worth. Pardison Fontaine understands his worth. And, again, like I said, it is respect to that brother because he understands his worth, right? He has a rap career. He doesn't want to see it ruined by a woman who doesn't know how to handle her liquor, right? And I never liked women who um, drinking. It just was always a turnoff because it always seemed to me that the worst attributes of a person comes out when they were drinking, right? The person who's shy, and then all of a sudden they get turned up, and you know I, what we said in the street, right? They have liquid courage, but it was with women. It was okay if you drink, just don't drink around me because I just had a low tolerance for that type of ignorance around me in terms of dealing with a woman or what have you. And it appears that this brother is the same way that hey, look, I don't like you when you're drinking. You get mean, you get nasty. I'm just not here for it. And shout out to him. So this is a lesson for young brothers. I hope young brothers are looking at the lesson behind this as opposed to just, he's silly for breaking up with Meg Thee Stallion. No, there's there's fine women everywhere, but you don't want to put up with one who has a nasty attitude or one that can, put your life in jeopardy, right? Tory Lanez's life is in jeopardy in terms of what could potentially happen to him if he's found guilty of those charges, right? You know, could his career be over, right? He's some type of rapper, singer, or whatever also, right? Could his career be over? Could he get some jail time? I mean, these are real things, and luckily this brother understood, and he's trying to get out before this. Now, she kind of had him caught up in some drama with the baby. That was his girl at the time, and she's going back and forth. I think with the baby on social media. I saw researching this story. She's going back and forth with the baby because he did a song with Tory Lanez, and we're supposed to be cool. Why would you do that? Well, he's cool with Tory Lanez, so just because you have a beef with Tory Lanez don't mean that he should. But then now your boyfriend is pulled into it, arguing with these two other brothers, arguing with Tory Lanez and with the baby. And for what? Now he's broken up with with the woman. That's why it's always a thing. Never fight over a woman, right? Again, this goes back to a story that I did about Greg and Nene Leakes, right? Because of Nene's mouth, Greg was about to fight his one of his close friends in Peter Thomas, right? That's his wife, but in certain situations you have to be the cooler head and it's like, hey, look, check your wife. Look, be quiet. It's not that deep, right? Or whatever. Or you speak to Peter on the side and it's like, hey, look, man, this is what it is, whatever. Bring in women and it exacerbates the situation. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a video or a live stream tomorrow about that about this very topic: toxic women in the Black manosphere, in and around the Black manosphere. Whenever these women are on the panel, and it's men and women, there's toxicity, right? You can see a group of women have a panel and there's no problems. You can see a group of men have a panel and there's no problem. But then you bring the mix, and not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, what I'm seeing, I have to turn that off because it's so toxic. There's nothing constructive about the conversation. So, shout out to Pardison Fontaine. Much success to that brother because he recognized, he's not with the toxic behavior. That's not something that he wants to be a part of, despite however Meg Thee Stallion looks and all this kind of stuff. And if he really cares about her and so forth, shout out to him to understand he's valuable. His freedom is valuable. His life is valuable. His livelihood is valuable. And you don't put any of those in jeopardy for a woman who gets drunk and then has, toxic behavior and so forth. And this is all alleged, right? This is alleged. Meg Thee Stallion's alleged toxic behavior. So those are my final thoughts. Peace, Rebel family.